So transition for the Warriors. We'll see a lot of that. But back to your point, the Warriors third worst in the NBA last year, giving up 101 points a game.
7 and 4. Those picks become more easily dealt and expendable. And they've been competing for titles for the last decade. So late first-round picks usually aren't a huge asset, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind having a couple of them.
From Vancouver, Klay Thompson on the move with Harrison Barnes on the trail going to the free throw line. Good court vision.
Beautiful pass there. I'm impressed with how hard guys are playing. I think about Summer League, you think about guys who are just kind of working on their game and maybe working on a move or something. But you can see these guys they're fighting for jobs out here. We watched the previous game before we came on the air. Guys were knocking each other all over the place.
Playing very hard. It's very rare, though, that you'll see a guy lead the Summer League team.
It's true.
They don't pass a lot. They're trying to put it on display if it's not for this team, for some other team.
Well, Golden State also Hawks recruited this young man to Vanderbilt. Yeah, and believes he hasn't even scratched the surface. And I asked him, I said, do you think he's up to the
See that. That's in his repertoire. That's one of his favorite moves. Thompson, deep three, yes. Laid line and picked up by Ezeli. Tyler, good figure into the plans. He's only a 21-year-old from San Diego. Charles Jenkins is the third guard as it stands right now. Klay Thompson got it there, and Iyengo couldn't get the finish. On the long floater, and a good-looking shot by Harrison Barnes, the rookie from North Carolina.
Because Bogut comes on board.
Yes.
Curry comes back. Barnes has a chance to be really good. Can they make that move? That franchise has struggled for so long. One of the best fan bases in the league. Next year, I feel like they're starting to get something going.
Nobody at home. Ezeli was over Golden State after the Harrison Barnes miss. Majoke has just checked in. Ader Majoke. Barnes waits for the Ezeli pick. Good skip to Klay Thompson, and he stepped out of bounds on the sideline on the turnover. So they're going
from non-starting players, just making it work. But State, I think the reason they didn't was, they just didn't have any size at all inside, and so they just felt like they couldn't.
In Vegas.
Well, he's doing all the things that we know he can do. Finish in transition, make jump shots. I think the biggest question with Barnes is, can he make a play? I think he averaged fewer than 2 assists.
Three. The ACC tourney title game against Florida State. So came up big when the pressure was on. Almost taken away by Gowdlock. 10 in the shot clock for Jenkins. Klay Thompson coming over to help out.
When you talk about transitioning from college, regardless of the year you leave, are you going to be able to physically handle, the paint, the size and the paint? He definitely has the body for it.
Yeah, can you guard your position?
The Lakers are now 2 for 12. And Harrison Barnes filling it up. So the Warriors getting pretty much everything they want right.
Well, you're hoping you get a little bit of magic jump.
Here's Draymond Green, first touch. Shot clock considerations now. Klay Thompson. Step back.
Bigs at all.
Joel Anthony couldn't get on the floor.
Yeah, he couldn't get on the floor. Oklahoma City did play Perkins some, but really that series was all about 6, 7, 6, 8 guys just flying all over the floor. I think that's the way the league is heading.
Well, you can't hit what you can't catch.
Yeah.
It stays in play. Looked like it was going out of
Alton Lister
for the Golden State Warriors, the rookie out of Wichita State. Nobody's on Barnes. Breakdown defensively. Can't make him pay. And the joke. Shard Lewis. Yeah, maybe I'll consider it too.
Okay, I'll play too.
Yeah, they just got better.
You're coming out.
Okay. Tell you what, champions, when you win a championship, you become really attractive.
And an all-round guy. Played saxophone in the band in high school, sang in the school choir, did a little bit of everything. And he was a participant.
And announced his college decision on Skype. He was the first player to do that.
Way ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Thinking ahead. His middle name is Jordan.
Is that true?
His middle name is Jordan. You would think after Michael, but actually, not the case.
You know what I noticed? How many athletes now coming into college are named Shaquille. I've seen a lot of football players, college football players. I've seen the name now, and that's first of all, that's a sign that we're getting old, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but you think about it. Shaq came into the league 92, I guess.
Right.
So
Kansas. Burrell. Thought he'd take it. Only 4 on the clock. Rattler will. High and
together.
Yeah, that's our first game together. We had a lot of practices trying to get us ready for this.
There's a lot of guys on this roster that played a lot of minutes last year. Jenkins, Klay Thompson, and then you got David Lee and Jarrett Jack sitting on the sidelines today. Is there some added pressure with you guys to say, listen, we got guys around us who know how to play on this team?
No, it's a good vibe. I mean, it always says a lot, when your veterans come back, want to support us in Summer League when they can be doing a lot of other things with their time. So, it's obviously nice to have them here and have some experienced guys with us.
All right, Harrison, welcome to the NBA. Good luck in the second half.
Oh, thank you.
All right, fellas, it's Harrison Barnes. Good start in the first half.
outstanding. So as we continue from Las Vegas, time to catch the breath of Harrison Barnes, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, good-looking rooks, especially for Golden State. Harrison Barnes, after his sophomore season from North Carolina. Inside, outside, Klay Thompson, definitely outside. And a brilliant beginning for Klay. Godlock tried to fill it up, but Draymond Green stepped up.
It is Summer League, but I'm still waiting for a Laker to step up here, especially two of these young second-year Lakers, Darius and Andrew.
Isolation.
Pretty big talent disparity, though, on the floor between the two teams. Barnes,
Ooh, I like it. Yeah.
can play either guard spot. You love your third guard to be able to handle the ball, play some point, play some two. Gives you a lot of flexibility. Telecast actually, on his headset. That's what he's not listening to music. Yeah.
Critiquing.
Yeah, well, no, he's
Interesting to see how Bogut plugs in there, though. He's not been able to stay healthy.
David Lee's a smart big man, or he's hanging with the point guard. Getting in with the new point guard.
I like the touch. Klay Thompson with a pretty saw some action last year. And on the spin, what a move. Third. Thompson off the Barnes screen. Azili crashes his way to the Illinois K-Hawk. It's Harrison Barnes with Klay Thompson. Tyler, will he get this roll? No. Zach Rail.
got to contribute right away. Probably too much.
So they definitely will be fighting for.
But to do that, you've got to have a strong, reliable backup.
Harrison Barnes.
Just pick the ball up.
Hey, he's got more important business. He's
Yeah.
probably trying to get Dwight Howard right now.
Azili draws the foul.
We're recruit Dwight Howard. I mean, the whole thing.
In up as Harrison Barnes leaked out. Thompson asking. And won't be timid about it.
So much for the franchise to be able to accommodate him and his family.
Harrison Barnes filling it up from the wing. So I talked about him increasing his range. It's a 14-0 run right now for Golden State.
Most explosive, talented team in the league. But with this jumper,
Very strong, 8 for 13 for 23 points, and no shock to see Klay Thompson doing that with the corner three.
With his strength inside, Draymond Green, who we get to see right now, has had his moments.
To 38 as we welcome you back to Las Vegas. New for the Warriors, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, 7th overall selection, 35th pick, Draymond Green. And Rick Fox, you brought up a great point with Steve Kerr. With the mindset of a GM, sitting in the stands there with so many like to run and gun to begin with.
Yeah.
So this is a nice addition, Harrison Barnes, to complement what they've already got going. Steph Curry can stroke it just a little bit as well.
They've always done it just kind of running. Now they can do it in the half court playing through Bogut, too, on the low block. So